Hey, everybody!
Hey!
Hello!
Woo! Good morning,
Good
Star
morning.
Citizen.
Good morning, good morning. Hey guys, welcome to Reverse the Verse. This is our Friday weekly live stream here at Cloud Imperium Games with the Santa Monica community team. I'm Jared Huckabee. I'm one of your community managers. This is James Pugh, your other community manager. This is Alexis. She's your subscription manager. And that's all. So...
Wait.
You want to try that? You want to try that thing again? We couldn't get it working last week.
No, we're not.
Okay, we're not going to do it.
Hey everybody, I'm Ben Lesnick, and I'm here to answer your questions about Star Citizen. And also talk about fruit, because Clifford aka Miku sent us some fruit. And we're all very happily eating it right now. Thank you, Clifford. You always have our backs with fruit.
Yes. So, what's going on, guys? It's been a busy week.
Yes, Chris is back here in whatever town this is, Santa Monica. We have not had a day off in quite a while. We did Comic-Con on Saturday and Sunday, and we're all tired but happy.
Yeah, let's take it from the week. So, Friday was the last Reverse the Verse, and then Saturday...
Saturday, Chris came back to town. We all met up here at the office to set up the Comic-Con presentation. We were here late. Lando was not feeling well. I felt very, very, very bad for him because he was...
I was in the ER earlier that day.
And then he was doubled over in pain on the couch as we were trying to get the PowerPoint back together. And of course he didn't want Chris to see or anything, so he was, pretending he wasn't in terrible pain the whole time. I felt very bad. But it all worked out. We had a cool time at Comic-Con. I'd never been before, and I thought it was really neat.
Yeah, we got some pictures here. Take a look. Ooh, pictures from the Comic-Con panel on Sunday.
That's our booth. We got... these pictures are not that exciting now that I think about it, but it was fun for us.
These were pictures I was able to steal off of Facebook, somebody's Facebook, So there's those, and then here's some... You see James and Alexis and Alyssa, and there's Dennis in the corner there. Some Dennis.
No. It was a fun time. My body shut down pretty much immediately after we left the backwards we were hanging out. We went outside, and I was like, nope, your legs don't work anymore. And then we went home.
Yeah.
It was fun. It's a nice road trip down there. We
drove past San Onofre.
Yeah. We went to Fort Zancudo.
Yeah, we saw all our favorite GTA references.
We had a pancake at one point, I think.
Yeah, we went to IHOP on the way back. We went to an IHOP in Carlsbad that was not good.
So you hear it here first. The IHOP in Carlsbad, California is not that good, but it is satisfying after 24 hours of work. So.
Sorry, IHOP. What's the closest thing you saw? Okay, James wants to show off his shirt. This is important because James isn't a purveyor of t-shirts. Nope. James is usually a button-up collar guy.
Yep.
But today he came in wearing this shirt, and he's been showing it off to everybody. We went down to the corner convenience store, and he did get 3 compliments from 3 different people in one trip.
Yep. James gets a lot of compliments on your hat.
Oh, dude, all day.
Usually, anytime I'm with James during the day, somebody mentions his hat.
Yeah, we hang out.
No, we don't.
And what were we doing this week?
What were we doing this week? So I had a whole bunch of ship meetings, basically. I basically went to kind of circle wagons for all the ongoing concepts. The Crucible, the Endeavor, the Reliant, the Herald. I missed the Herald one because I was in a thing with Chris yesterday. But all the others, Reliant variants. So we kind of made sure we were on the same page. I wanted to hook in with Tony Zurovec, make sure all the PU design stuff is matching what we're doing on the ships. So it was a great sync up, getting everything kind of ready to go. I can say that the next concept you'll probably see will be the Endeavor. It's looking really good. It has these modular pods for different purposes. We're working on figuring out exactly which ones you'll get at launch. Once we have that down, we're going to build some pods and show it to you.
So I was looking at a list of every known science in the world.
Yeah.
Trying to design pods. So found out there's some interesting sciences out there in the world. I was working on our limited edition Gamescom poster that those going to Gamescom will see. So that's very cool. What are we doing this week, James?
This week?
Yeah.
What we're talking about, what we're putting out
Talk.
today?
You gotta speak up.
We're talking about, sorry, I missed it.
We're just giving our week in review. What we were doing this week?
This week I've been looking for apartments, which has not been fun. But
At work.
Comic-Con-
We did at work.
Yeah.
You gotta speak up.
The shift schedule. You're working on the shift schedule.
Oh, okay, we're going for it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm working on the ship schedule. I said, what are we putting out? And you're like, no, just talk about your week. Tell us about how you feel.
No, he said what you're working on.
Yeah, we're working on a ship schedule, and hopefully we'll get that out today.
Yeah, we're gonna post it on the
Completed it.
forums today. We want to try to do like a big fancy chart that shows all the ships and stuff eventually. But we know you guys want kind of a quick block schedule. You can see the status of every ship. We did one once, I think, in a post that Travis did, and just faded away into the mists. So we're gonna put up a new one on the forums. James will be posting that later today. I think it has 97 different ships on it that we're working on around the company.
97.
Yeah, it's a lot. And then we had a couple of people in here from Austin, so we had to scramble to get them to appear on camera. So look for interviews with, you saw Chris Smith, and there's still Josh Coons, and my main man Mark Skelton. And I will deny that up and down if you ever tell him I said that.
Why is he the main man out of those three?
I don't know, because he's the last
I
one we
think
did.
Mark Skelton's
He's
just
the
the
most
main man.
recent one we did. Like,
Yeah.
it's the newest in my brain.
What were you working on this week, Alexis?
Sandy and I have been working on some merchandise stuff. We're looking at some concierge perks. So all of you concierge people that have been asking, we're still working on those. We'll have an update for you soon.
Yeah, very cool. And Alyssa is still working on Gamescom planning, so we're in the Gamescom crunch right now. We had a big meeting with our AV company just this morning, so yeah, Gamescom. It's in 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Gamescom.
3 weeks.
It's what's
coming.
for dinner.
It is. It's what's for dinner.
It's
James
intense. Yeah, just Wednesday night, I finished a 8-page script, basically running through hour by hour exactly what is going to be happening at all 3 of the locations we're going to be in, and there's still a lot of stuff up in the air, but from just looking at it, I have a lot of confidence that this is going to be totally freaking awesome.
And if you think Alyssa's been busy doing Gamescom, you should see the folks upstairs. We're putting together the very big show. It's we're lucky we have such a good dedicated team because they're absolutely killing it getting this thing together, and it's a lot of work. So thank you everyone who's not us. Which is also, by the way, probably why you're not going to see so many of them today. They are heads down making things happen.
Yes, you'll probably have to deal with just the community team today.
The
Shark today.
other thing I have heard today is, as you know, we are fingers crossed on 115 PTU. The last we heard, just as we started this, was that it's looking good. Build was made successfully. It's with QA right now. They take a look at it and see if it actually works. So for the next couple hours, they will be testing PTU build. If they give the thumbs up, and it's still an if, then we will have it on PTU tonight. If not, we don't expect there to be any huge blockers. So if there's something crazy they find today, Star Citizen deletes your hard drive when you run it, that happens, then oops, they will fix that and have it Monday. But we're hoping today.
And 115 is our debut of our new launcher.
Debbie's the new launcher, the new, what is it, GIMS?
Game Instance Management.
Yeah, Game Instance Manager. The Scythe, the Merlin. It's a very cool patch.
It's a lot of stuff under the hood.
Yep. And later today, we're going to have some other treats for you. We realized that we forgot the Jump Point rerun, so we'll have that later today. We're also going to have a new issue of Jump Point hitting tonight. David Ladyman is hard at work on that right now. We're going to have an update on Star Marine, as promised. Jason out in Austin is putting that together. He has said he'll have it to us by 4, so after that we'll do some editing, take out all his jokes because we hate him, and
It's a very cool joke.
he puts a lot of jokes into his updates.
Siri's attacking Toast.
that we will do that, and we are also putting together a little. Chris wanted to do like a welcome back letter, and welcome himself back. Welcome, back to the community.
Welcome me.
We also shot a video, kind of a special edition Tim for the chairman, or as we should say, Ben for the chairman, because I was on it. Chris and I sat down and talked about various community issues, and we will. Our editor folks are editing that together right now.
Yes. It will be a very long night.
It was a long update. Yep. I even got a haircut for it yesterday.
Yeah, look at that. Look.
Yeah, but not by Lloyd.
Not by Lloyd. No, I couldn't get Lloyd. I got Anthony.
That means nothing good.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, everyone knows.
Sorry,
Everyone's
Anthony.
like, oh, man,
Didn't mean to
Lloyd.
diss you on some web show you're not aware exists.
You don't know that. What if he's the hugest backer?
He's not.
Yes.
I don't know.
Ben for the
We were
chairman.
talking about Star Citizen at the barbershop yesterday. So.
Yeah, so there was another guy in the barbershop who was like kind of a tech jerk, and he was like bragging about his like $1 million company.
He
I was
was
like, oh, we made
throwing out
85
all
million
those
crowdfunding,
buzzwords.
and that's shut up.
Synergy.
Yeah.
Normally, I'm not that mean. No, I'm kidding. Anyway,
Scrum.
Scrum.
All right, before we start taking questions, let's talk about the sneak peek in this week's episode of ATV.
I gotta be honest with you, I don't know what the sneak peek was
Well,
this week, so let's.
Be glad that I do. If you watched ATV this week, you saw the MacArthur Naval Hospital located in the Killian system.
Yep, this is some Squadron 42 stuff.
Yes, some Squadron 42 stuff.
Not go into much detail on, but
Nope.
it's a hospital.
That's all we're telling you. It's a hospital.
But you know what I will tell you is that the hospital systems used here are also going to be used on the Hope class hospital ship, which I worked on design for this week. We've talked about like triaging. There's like recovery rooms versus operating rooms. We're gonna have like an ambulance bay pod on the Endeavor, I would hope, so we've actually been thinking hospital stuff this week. Although since I did not know that was going to be the sneak peek, it's obviously a coincidence.
How do you get onto the PTU, Ben?
That is a very good question. There is a PTU FAQ on the site. If you go to the FAQ section of the site, there's a PTU FAQ from the guys at DevOps, Will Leverett and company. They are much better at such things than I. It'll tell you how to switch over your launcher to PTU.
Basically, you have to download the new launcher. You have to copy your account brand new because they have to clear out all the old stuff. So you'll be copying your account brand new to the PTU, and then you'll be downloading the new launcher, and it will be separate from your main game install.
And if the PTU is not for you, we're thinking next week probably for live. So you can either wait or you can double up on your Star Citizen experience.
Yep.
What else are we looking? I believe they're going to. I think they're doubling the player capacity this time. We're going from 8 to 16 in AC, thanks to some of the advancements they've made. On the tech side, I think we have our incredible German team to thank for that, and stuff's looking good.
Yeah. You'll see it in the patch notes.
Mhm.
Talk about your guns? All right, so let's start in with the questions. What do we have here? What is the status of the new damage state, and will it be done this year?
Are you thinking the damage state? Oh, the
Physical-based damage system.
The physical-based damage system. It's very close. I hate to say definitely because that can be wrong, but this year, yes, this year.
Yes, the Merlin. If you watched ATV this week, you'll see that the Merlin already has the new damage system, and as we're rebuilding all these other ships, the Connie and the Freelancer, they'll be built with the new damage system in mind. So, and eventually everything will be converted. So all the ships going forward will be built with it, and then we'll go back and do all the old ones.
Yes. One thing you'll see in James's great big ship thing he's been putting together is that a lot of ships are statused as flyable / update planned, which and that update specifically is the UV states, damage states, and so on. And general livability, especially for the 300 series.
When will Frankfurt begin contributing to ATV?
Soon, we hope. Ball
Put
is
feelers out.
yeah.
Yeah,
Ball's in
yeah,
their
talk
court
about
right now. They're getting set up, and they are very busy also, but we want them as soon as they're able to kind of get into that routine.
Yeah, it's not that they don't want to. It's like they may not have the ability to currently. They're getting their new office set up, and there's not a lot of them, and they're doing a lot of work. So hopefully soon.
You're very soon. We hope. But we also, I believe, Sandy's actually going to go out there in the not too distant future, shoot like a walkthrough and some interviews so everybody can get to know the people there, unrelated to weekly updates.
Will the Archimedes have stronger guns and a quantum drive?
I do not know. I don't think the call has been made about the quantum drive. Will have stronger guns.
Will Alexis be promoted to manager of customer support?
No.
Sorry, Alexis.
Sorry, Alexis. No, we're happy to say that Patrick Prost in the UK will be our customer support manager. He's also lead moderator over there. Again, I'm reminded of the Futurama joke where the prison camp has been streamlined to be run by one Australian man. In customer support and moderation is now run by one very, very good German man.
Hate to bring it to you like this, Alexis, but no.
No, she's already a manager. She
complained about your moderation.
Yeah, I actually don't handle a lot of customer support anymore. I haven't for a few months. I mostly handle the merchandise and subscription issues that come in.
The merch.
So I don't do a lot of concierge anymore.
She works a lot with our supplier in China.
Yeah.
Boring, non-sexy work stuff that has to be done so that people get ship models.
Hey.
Any news on Vanguard variants?
Vanguard variants are in design progress, or not, sorry, the design is done, concept. They're in concept progress upstairs by the one, the only Germark Bassin. I believe,
Yeah, boy.
I believe that Lisa is her name? Lisa has scheduled him for an upcoming ship shape, so you'll see a little more about them then.
Will the upcoming patch allow 16-player races as well?
I am not sure about that.
Yeah.
Have you seen racing lately?
Yeah.
Uncertain.
That's a question. I'll see what I can do to find out and look on the forums. I'll find a thread and post it in there.
Question dodged.
Yep. Is Pirate Swarm still in the works?
Yes. In fact, I guess you guys know they did some backers created their own Pirate Swarm module. We've been taking a look at that. I think we'll use some feedback from that to make ours better. I don't think they're going to call it Swarm though, because pirates don't swarm like a weird bug. They, I don't know, they encompass.
Just leave it. Pretend it never happened. Is 64-bit in? Yes, we have finished the conversion of the engine over to 64-bit precision.
Woohoo!
So, yep, that's enabling us to do the large world map, and you'll see that hopefully at Gamescom. And it is quite big. Every week we seem to get an email where they're like, "We figured out how to double it again."
Again, that team in Frankfurt, they are superstars.
Yeah. No, so right now, I think the current estimate, if you were to start at one end of the large world map and fly to the other end, it takes about 2.5
Yeah,
hours?
in a 350R.
Yeah,
So it's
in a
taking 2.5
350R.
hours.
So it's big.
At maximum speed.
Yeah.
And that's
It's big.
it's just gonna get bigger. It's like in thousands of kilometers now, and Chris was talking millions yesterday. So stuff's getting big.
Will the Reclaimer feature in Squadron 42?
No.
I don't think so. Will there be a trailer for Squadron 42 at Gamescom?
Not at
No.
Gamescom.
No.
There will be in the future, but Gamescom is going to be focused on other areas of the game. And I should also say it's not another FPS presentation.
Yes.
I've had a lot of people say, "Oh, they're just waiting for Gamescom to release FPS. They're going to show us it again." No,
Yes.
we've got. In fact, it's not even in the presentation right now for FPS.
Let's do a blanket answer for all the Gamescom questions. We're not going to tell you what we're showing at Gamescom because we're showing you at Gamescom. We're not going to spoil the surprise.
Owned.
So if you're asking what we'll show at Gamescom,
Not FPS.
what else do we got? Hey, we got Calix and Matthew. Say hi, Matthew.
Hey guys.
So we've learned that you really need to speak up because it normalizes for our volumes, which is really loud. So you guys got to speak up.
I'm just here for Kiwi.
Here for Kiwi.
Throwing off the curve for everyone.
Any estimate on the Endeavor sale? I'm assuming cost.
No estimates yet. It's a bigger. I think we're looking at a 200-meter ship right now. So take what you will from that.
Yeah. For all the ship status questions, guys, like we said, James has been working on a ship status page update all week, so that should come later today. So you'll find out the current status of almost all of our ships.
Yep. Vast majority.
Are we telling everything about our ships?
Yep.
Yeah. What about our secrets?
Nope.
James.
No
But we're not talking about the secret
We're not
ships.
talking about the secret.
We're obviously not talking about the secret ships.
We're talking about the 97 least secret ships.
Yes. Yes.
Everything but the horse cart.
Oh,
Oh.
that already went
no.
out yesterday. You already were talking
Ben's
about
already
the
said
horse
we.
cart.
Ben's already said we can't comment on our long-term horse strategy.
No horse arm.
Come here, go check.
Let's
I'm
see.
good.
Yes, for those of you just joining us, we are still hopeful for 115.
I'm hopeful.
We are hopeful for
Super
115 today. It's hopeful, it's not a guarantee, as there are no such things.
I mean, even if we have 115, I'm just going to keep making changes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just going to keep poking it.
Hi, Lisa.
Hey. Unfortunately, we have these big like Gamescom.
You gotta talk up. We gotta really
Yeah,
talk up.
unfortunately, we have these big like stand-up meetings leading up to Gamescom that happen like right when right when Reverse the Verse starts, and I have to type up the notes afterwards. So I'm not going to be on here as much until after Gamescom. I apologize.
Well, that's all right. They'll understand when they see what it is you guys are working on.
I know, it's going to be awesome. And on forums on the Ask a Dev, I started a thread for ship questions, and whenever I have time between meetings, I try to like pop in there and answer what I can, and encourage other awesome people to pop in there and answer them, and chase down people who have the answers that you need. So in the meantime, you can go there.
Which brings up another thing that James Pugh has been working on this week, which is the updated Ask a Dev process. James,
Those
where'd you
forums
go?
are great.
He has been coordinating with Patrick,
so fast.
and we're going to be basically changing the whole thing to get it more responsive for you guys. We'll act as middlemen when we have to, getting questions to some of our devs who don't like to post to the forums. Working out the process now. Expect to see it soon.
These are not. Someone said, "Do I have new jeans?" No, this is my swipe card to get in here. These are one of the oldest pairs of jeans I have. But thanks.
Yeah, you jerks! How do you not know how old their jeans are?
How dare you? I just thought it was. I was like, "Where are you getting that?" So everyone should be
Who would
the
think these are
question.
new jeans?
Well, the thread's not just me; it's for other people. Like I try to go in there between meetings, like I said, and just like answer whatever I can really fast. And there's a lot of stuff I don't know offhand. And like I stopped by Matt Sherman's desk the other day. And I was like,
Make it up.
go in here and like answer these questions that I don't know the details. And so it's partially me doing what a producer does anyway, chasing other people down to do stuff.
Will Moon Collider be contributing to ATV?
If they want to, we try to keep it kind of the internal studios and then the external one that's most active, which has been Elphonic because it's been FPS. If you're somebody from Moon Collider out there and you'd like to do a video each week, we'd love to show it. But they have a small team. It's very it's not especially visual work.
Maybe we could get a single segment.
Oh, for sure. We can do a segment with them. They do a great job with all the AI stuff.
We'll look into it. We'll look into doing a segment. Not a weekly thing, probably, but a segment.
Yeah, the weekly update will probably be just it's still AI, still AI every week.
They still running around without us telling them what to do.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da. Let's see. Lisa, how's the cat?
I think this is where we don't have anyone working on it right now. We're just plugging away on Gamescom stuff and probably gonna prioritize Squadron 42 after that.
I think they were asking about your
I
cat.
thought you
My
had a cat.
actual cat.
Yeah,
oh.
cat.
Oh my god. I was like, I'm actually going to talk about the ship this time. My cat's pretty good.
You heard it here first.
I
You
can't
can stop
find
worrying
you.
about it now.
It like
That's
I
pretty
think
good,
I mentioned
especially
this. Like I have
I have like an open cat relationship. Like I don't actually own this cat. He just hangs out with me a lot. So like at 1 a.m, this cat was like chilling in my apartment and I give him some cat treats.
Question.
I grew up like with a cat like that.
Yeah. Question for Calyx. Have you considered balancing weapon velocities based on size to eliminate monoboating?
I try not to balance things so much as I try to.
You heard it here first.
I try to sow as much chaos as I can. Okay, so here's the way balance generally goes. Yes, but always doing things like we want to have weapon velocities based on size, but also on damage potential. Because weapon velocity is probably the most prominent factor in whether or not you can hit a thing. Then we have things like projectile lifetime for range. We have we try to be as iterative and like going through like piece by piece to try to balance these things, because there's so many variables and there's so much of the game currently existing that redoing, like really drilling down on anything too far is madness. So it's more about making, 115 is going to be madness.
Yeah.
But normally, and even up to the point of where we are now, which is the result of doing these small changes over and over and over again until it feels like it's right, until it performs the way we expect. Once the PTU is out, we're going to start being able to get that happening a bit more live, and we are also balancing by size. We're doing slew rates, we're doing overheat, power consumption. The mass is becoming a bigger issue with size now that we're revisiting that. So, I mean, they all add up.
Yeah, when we get this new damage system that we've been working on out, it's no joke, it is a complete revamp for every weaponing component, so we can actually get a lot of this stuff just locked into a really good place, so we can do this kind of crazy balance stuff, so that we can make sure velocity matters, mass matters, and that the gameplay can feel different between all these different weapons.
Here's a question for everybody. What part of Star Citizen are you most excited for? Start in the back.
Pirates.
Okay, Alyssa said pirates. What part of Star Citizen are you most excited for?
I said this a few months ago in my interview. I just like how the world is going to have so many aspects to it. Like, I like games where there's not one thing you play through and then you're the best. You know, you can do politics, you can, be a trader, you can be a fighter if you want, you can be a pirate, you can be someone who hunts pirates, Alyssa. That's what I'm excited about the most, like different people kind of going for different things, just creating a really interesting, immersive atmosphere.
Man?
Oddly enough, the inevitable machinima people will make, like, for how good some of our stuff looks and how crazy some of the videos you guys have already made are. Once everything's like said, done, and polished, it'll be really crazy to see just how far you guys can push it.
For me, it's like I'm super stoked to go through and try all the individual systems that we build out and experience that with the community at large. But probably the biggest thing that I'm looking forward to is being able to get into a multi-cruise ship with friends that I have moved away and I don't get to spend as much time with anymore, and hanging out, and then having gameplay happen sometimes, and have it be like, it's Tuesday night, time to hook up with my friends and see some nonsense happen.
Like you said,
That's beautiful, man.
He tries not to balance it.
Yeah.
Sometimes. So.
How about you, Alexis?
I think I'll probably approach it the same way I approach GTA, which is
No.
kind of aimlessly wandering.
Oh, no.
You're going to be the chaos.
Yeah, but then you find things throughout that.
Quick GTA story.
Jared,
so the first
every-
GTA, well, a funny story, I think. So the first GTA I played was 5, actually. I didn't play any of the ones before that. And so I was like on a learning curve for that franchise, and I was on the map, and I was like, why are there shoe stores on the map? That's really weird. And then I discovered they were not shoe stores.
Wow. Eventually you can get real shoes.
I figured it out pretty fast, but I was like, that's a really weirdly specific thing to mark on the map in the game.
Yeah.
Jared gets so mad at us because after work we like to unwind by maybe having a few drinks and just causing chaos in GTA on the Xbox.
Which they've had since release.
Yeah.
And he comes over and it's like, how far are you in? Like, 0.2%. Have you unlocked the other guy? No, 0.2%. We're just going around killing people.
It's just fun to wander.
Yes, they've had the game for months and months and play multiple times every week. And they were at 5.5% completion the other day.
Hey, we're up to like 15.
Yeah, now you're up to 15 now. I give him a push.
Yeah, we got Trevor now.
I gave him a push. They just unlocked Trevor. But yeah, no, I go over there and they are literally, Alexis is breaking into Fort Zancudo and trying to steal military helicopters like she's stuck in Groundhog Day.
That's amazing.
Just over and over
Okay,
and
when there's
over.
something I like, I go with it.
Right. So what are you most excited about in Star Citizen?
Squadron 42, no question. I mean, that's the easy answer, but I got into all this because of Wing Commander, the original Chris Roberts cinematic action adventure You Live Star Wars experience, and we're bringing that back, and I could not be more excited.
Can we talk a little bit about that footage we talked about?
Sure.
Yeah. A couple, I guess it was 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, right before Aaron left. They gathered the entire office outside Chris's office. He's got a big giant 4K screen in there, and they showed us basically what the other studios were working on, because you kind of get insulated. We only see what we're working on, and Manchester only sees what they're working on, and so we started doing these kind of show and tells to see what everybody else is working on, and we got to see some of the first real footage from Squadron 42, and it was astounding. It just they showed like 4 videos, and after every video everybody would clap and cheer and whatnot. And Ben, and I tease him for this, but I absolutely adore it about him because it means he's got real feelings that I don't. And everybody else is clapping, and Ben is like just standing up in the back. He's the only one standing, clapping, and then just kind of looks around, sits back down.
We're standing in our
To be
mark.
fair, I had a really comfortable chair.
I had a great chair. I had a chair front row.
Yeah,
but
it's like
it
5 feet away from the screen.
it was absolutely endearing. It was the most real and raw experience I've seen of a person. Yeah, it was truly. We can't wait for you guys to see this stuff. It's fantastic.
That did happen.
So we.
So what questions have people had on the Merlins?
Lots of questions. People want to know if the Merlin uses the new damage system.
It should have
Yes.
the new damage shaders on it. So yeah, it's gonna look nice like the Gladius.
People want to know if the 16 player means that they can race 16 people.
No idea on that.
Yeah, we don't know about that. We're gonna find that out. We're gonna find that out for you.
If you can't with this patch, it will be in the very near future.
Yes.
I don't see any reason why not, though.
I think a 16-player Merlin race would be pretty fun,
That'd be pretty cool.
especially getting through because of the margin for error getting through the rings now with a much smaller ship.
I'm more excited for what happens when 16 players go through the tunnel.
Oh!
Destruction.
If you thought Occupy Tunnel was bad before,
You just see the front end of a cutlass.
wait for
flying
16-player Occupy Tunnel. Does the Merlin really borrow the Connie's radar system?
So that was something that was actually a working plan for a while, but then through some of the component resizing, we actually got it to the point where a Merlin does fit a full size 1 radar or a light size radar itself. So it won't be borrowing, or it won't be tethered to the Constellation's radar system like was originally mentioned, I think 2 or 3 months back.
Does it still have a reduced
That's gonna be your
radar
screenshot.
size? Or
Me eating a
Well, yeah,
salad,
yeah. So a light
I'm okay with
radar
that.
it's not going to be as effective. I want to say even like Yeah, it's not going to be as potent of a radar on its own, but it will have its own radar, and its HUD looks amazing.
Question for Alexis: the mouse pads that were added to the store recently, will they ship soon?
They will. Yeah. Everything, coffee mugs, anything that we sold recently will be shipping soon.
All the stuff that was found in the cave.
I usually
Yes.
have a question in chat about whether or not the Merlin is or is not coming with the address. It was listed and then unlisted and then relisted again somewhere. Someone's asked it like 4 times.
Yes, if you have an Idris, you'll get a loner Merlin.
Yeah. So ships that come standard with the Merlin. That's a question we've been getting a lot recently.
Okay, we can clarify this. If the following ships, if you have them, you will get a permanent Merlin. Constellation Aquila, Constellation Andromeda. Those are the only
That's
two.
it.
Those are the only permanent Merlin. Ones that will get a loner Merlin that will be replaced with the specialty ship as we build them later on. Constellation Phoenix, which will eventually get the Archimedes. The 890 Jump, which will eventually get the 85X. The Carrack, which will eventually get the
Unnamed Scout.
Untitled Scout, yeah. The we said 890 Jump. The Idris, which will eventually get the Argo. I believe there is one more. I can't remember what it is. So
There was the light service thing for the Reclaimer, but I don't think it was ever expected to be a full, not to the same
Yeah.
scope as a Merlin.
yeah,
or
I don't
the
think the Reclaimer. They got the Clipper. I don't think that one gives you a Merlin.
Yeah.
And everybody else can pick up a Merlin for the low price of $20 when 115 goes live. Not PTU. You cannot buy a Merlin until then. Until then, it'll just be folks who already have one.
Is that a package or is it just a...
No, just
No,
a
it's just the
standalone.
ship.
No, the Constellation Taurus does not come with a Merlin.
That's the cheapo constellation. It's the iPhone 5C of constellations.
So quantum
We've got-
drives
we've got 'em on this
are they would be considered internal to a ship. The M50, like any of our full-size ships, as it were, will have a quantum drive and jump drive capability. I'm still not sure if we're shipping one with it. You know?
I wasn't listening.
Yeah. But so the snub drive, so the 85X, the Merlin, the Archimedes, the nature of those ships is they are much shorter range. They are much more dependent on either a parent ship or a fixed destination, sort of like a racetrack. So they won't be getting any quantum drive or jump capability. They'll need something to take them on a long haul trip.
I finally listened. That's true.
Yeah, Calix doesn't do card tricks. He just plays with cards.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know.
Oh no, he has the best rendition of 52 pickup you'll ever see.
It'll happen eventually.
Yes.
You just wait. Wait
Sometimes it happens without him even trying. Does the Merlin come with a cradle to mount it to ships like the Taurus? The Merlin doesn't use the cradle anymore.
Well, the Merlin itself, it would actually be the parent ship that would be buying and installing any applicable docking hardware. So, where it mounts up into the constellation, that those kinds of docks would be a different attachment. So,
No,
Possibly.
the answer is no.
yeah, not just randomly, no.
But that sort of stuff would be available in the finished game as an upgrade for your ship.
What about the technical issues that will prevent some people from having the Merlin in a hangar?
Nah.
They won't know.
So
This is important, guys.
if I don't want to say because I think I just saw an email from Turbulent today that it was going to change.
Of course.
So,
Never mind.
Hold on that. We will let you know when the patch comes out. Until today, the plan had been that you will not see the Merlin if you have it associated with another ship package, and you'll have to go to the AC menu to access it, and that only newly purchased Merlins will appear in the hangar. I believe they may have made a breakthrough with that. I will let you guys know. That's all on the website.
Bunch of questions about will the Merlin fit in this, will the Merlin fit in that. I expect you guys to answer those questions.
Yes, you guys do a lot more shoving ships into one another
Yeah.
If it
than
fits,
we
it
do.
sits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You let us know what ships the Merlin fits in.
Fitting in does not mean being able to deploy or recover them.
Exactly.
Those are drastically different concepts.
Exactly. I expect to see several YouTube videos of fitting the Merlin in. What will the Merlin fit? Will it fit? There we go.
Will it blend?
Will it fit?
Oh, I'm sure it will blend.
And in fact, if you guys want to do some Will It Fit videos, we will use them as ATV bumpers.
Yeah.
So cram as many Merlins as you can wherever you can cram them, and we will put them on our pretend TV show.
Yeah. For anybody that's been watching ATV regularly, you'll notice a theme in my ATV at my Arena Commander bumpers that I choose for the show. If it's just flying around shooting people, if it's this everyday stuff, that's good and whatnot. But I like the more interesting stuff, the unplanned mechanics, the things that you discover the game can do.
Emergent gameplay.
Emergent gameplay. So if your videos feature emergent gameplay, you have a much better chance of being featured on the show than if you're just going around shooting stuff, because that's what everybody does.
Alright guys, I'm going to say this one more time. As a person, if you want your question answered, use a question tag. That goes for both the RSI and the Twitch chat. Bracket, question, all caps, bracket, then your question in normal letters. Don't use all caps for your questions. We'll probably ignore you.
Look, you made Alyssa yell.
Ignore me!
Don't make
Not my
Alyssa
yell,
angry.
That's my normal voice.
She has resting angry voice.
I do. I'm resting angry everything, evidently.
I admire that.
Thanks.
Because I've seen a few pop up about the fuel on the Merlin, so it's gonna, I want to say it's set up now, it'll have a little bit more fuel than an M50, but the big thing is it doesn't recharge fuel, so once you've run out of your boost fuel, you are out of your boost fuel. You'll still have basic in-system propulsion stuff, but you won't have any of the burst acceleration that boost normally gives.
And there's changes to boost coming.
Yeah. You want to talk about
Again, was not listening.
boost?
Changes to boost.
Oh, yes.
You can take the chair for boost.
The biggest change is that boost consumption has gone way up. It's now a lot less about attrition. It's going to be more about using it tactically in your dogfight. You're not going to be able to just fly around constantly using boost. No ship has infinite boost anymore. If they do, it's a bug. Let me know. Most of them tend to have between 5 and 15 seconds of boost available when fully stocked, and it usually takes between 30 and 50 seconds to recover from empty. So that's a pretty big disparity, which is going to make it. It's also like boost continues to be very, very useful. So it's going to be more about finding the right moment to use boost rather than relying on it to have the more maneuverable ship at all times.
It's Ricky.
It's our super producer, Ricky Jelly.
Hi, Ricky.
Hey guys, hope you're all well. I've actually come to not talk about all the things that Kevin's talk about, but use his skills to address all the things that he's talking about upstairs.
What did I break?
It's actually not breaking things, but it's
actual work, Ricky?
we do have to go back to work. It's one of the things that we need to, but it's all exciting stuff. And the whole point of taking Kelix upstairs is going to be to get it integrated into the game.
I'm gonna go do
Maybe
something.
not everything.
You're seeing production. This is what production actually is right here.
We take people away from
Yes.
fun.
Yes. When you wonder what producers do, this is what producers
Give us
do.
an update on 115.
Ooh, okay, so right now, that's probably what we're primarily working on. We've got a fair amount of balance changes that we have kind of sat down with Chris and talked about, and that is all the stuff that Calix will be looking at upstairs. We've also got things looked at for our ships, and they're pretty exciting at the moment. I've seen a fair few playtests now, and there are some bugs, and we hopefully want to go to PTE today. That's the idea. We really want to make sure that you guys have something to test over the weekend, and that'll be pretty cool. So the plan is to try and aim for that, but I'll be sure to update Ben and the rest of the guys with any future plans.
Well, thank you very much. Go make that game.
Ricky's like the cool teacher, where you're like, he's tough but fair.
And that is what Bens do. So let's answer some questions.
Jump Hunter runs out.
gunpoint. Oh, nice. Thank you.
Yeah. Questions about ground speed for the rover? We're way away from that just yet. We're working on the outer space aspects yet. So
Rover itself is not even done. I think it's actually only half a rover because you only ever see it from one angle. I think if you look around the back, it's not textured or designed. It's like one of those movie sets where in the 50s where it was just like the big wooden wall.
yeah, like a facade.
Yeah.
Any update?
By the way, my standard for that is the planet. When the original series episode of Star Trek where they go to there's a planet that's a human society created by aliens, and it is just old sets.
Yes. What was that episode called?
Last of the, I don't know. It's with the Melkonians.
Yeah. Any updates on Ghost? You will actually see an update on Ghost in a future ship shape. Lisa was just down here talking with us about it yesterday. So.
And if this does not make it air, she was actually asking if we could make a Sheet Ghost costume for it. So.
Yes, she actually suggested, and if this happens,
sorry.
We're sorry. But she suggested Darian is the producer in charge of Ghost right now, so she suggested letting him host, and she would sit in the back with a sheet over her head, like a ghost. So watch upcoming ATVs. That might happen.
If you see that happen, it means
We
we've
failed.
lost editorial control.
That means we failed you. If that happens.
I mean, after the show is mine, I'm not allowed to happen. I think that's the way it should go.
Any progress on the move to the new studio?
We are looking at late August. I know people are always going over there looking at stuff. I think Orrin and Chris went over on Monday. I don't know how buildings work.
There's our update. People are going over there and looking at stuff.
People have seen it.
It exists.
I still haven't.
I've never seen it.
I've never seen it.
It's making enough progress that like, Dennis has to make regular trips over to see how stuff is going. So.
Dennis, hi. Yeah, this show needs more Dennis.
What will differentiate the Archimedes from the Merlin?
They're different ships.
They're different ships.
No, that was rude. They are they're the same ship. No, neither. The Archimedes is a we'll use the Merlin base and we'll make it look different and have better stats and be more luxurious and cool.
Cute sneeze.
Can you talk about co-op in Squadron 42?
So it's right now what they're looking at doing is kind of making I guess you call them historical missions maybe that you co-op together rather than having you drop in and out of the narrative. So you'll have co-op missions and then the single-player campaign. In fact, I think if you guys look back to a couple ATVs ago, Aaron Roberts, who knows much better about such things, gave an update about that.
Yes.
RTV.
Yeah.
What does GHOST stand for? Game Object State
Terraform.
T. Game Object State T. I don't remember what GHOST stands for, but GHOST is the thing that allows an animation, like when they record an animation that's this long. There we go on my screen. This long. GHOST allows the animation to change. You can actually change and switch to different animations in the middle of animations. It allows us to work with all the different ships that we have, with all the different seats and the stations and the cockpits. It allows us to use portions of other animations and stuff. So instead of having to create a brand new animation for every single seat on every single variant of every single ship.
In fact, I would say if you guys remember the technology Chris developed back in Wing Commander 1 and 2 for the interactive MIDI, where the music would naturally change depending on situations in combat, similar to what they use in IMUs for the X-Wing and TIE Fighter. It's that for animations.
Yep. I just saw it. Where'd it go? How often do you guys see something that is really exciting and you just want to tell us but cannot?
Every day.
Multiple times daily, and we're so we enjoy nothing more than sharing with you guys. We also enjoy keeping our jobs.
They enjoy nothing more than sharing with you guys.
Yeah, she does. She hates all of you.
Oh, that's not true.
It's true.
That is not
That's
true.
absolutely true.
97%.
Yeah, there's a good 3% that we're bros.
So we see a lot with Squadron 42. We see a lot of the PU stuff, and we want to get it out there. And we have an art approval concept now, which Alyssa is actually the gatekeeper for. So I will come in on Monday morning and I'll look at Shotgun, which is our art outsourcing tool. All the art comes in. It's like a Facebook feed, but for art, and no one is telling you about what a good mom they are. And that moms. So I'll go through that and I'll go, oh, this is amazing, this is amazing, this is amazing, and I'll send Alyssa all the links and run this through the process, and then some sort of big sausage making machine will turn, and 6 hours later I'll get back and deny, approved.
That's not true. Come on, the last batch, there was a significant amount of stuff that was denied. That was directly denied by Mr. Roberts himself, and most of the time we get okay. So there's a lot of creative minds, and there's a lot of people that want to keep their little pieces secret until a bigger reveal. So there's a method to the madness. I am a giant pain in the hindquarters.
True.
I know. I'm sorry.
No, I would say we have about a 75% success rate between me seeing something cool and wanting to put it out and it actually making it.
Oh, that reminds me. I need to do stuff for you.
What would you? Speaking of which, for those of you who weren't here at the very beginning, this week's sneak peek from ATV was the MacArthur Naval Hospital in the Killian system.
Killian
So
spelled right? Or are there two L's?
I checked it. I had it with
Okay.
2 L's before, and then I checked it on Common Voice, and it was only 1 L.
1 L.
It's only 1 L. We're a 1 L kind of family here.
Well,
So that was the MacArthur Naval Hospital, which you might see in Squadron 42.
you won't.
No, you will. They will see that as part.
Well, I said might because maybe they won't play it.
No.
Why wouldn't you play it?
You should. It's really
you should
good.
play Squadron 42. What would you say is the biggest bottleneck in the ship production pipeline? Artwork, design.
Artists, we don't have enough of them. I think we have something like 35 positions open for hard surface modelers and cry artists and so on.
Can I do a shameless plug?
No.
Sure.
So between Francesca and I, we have taken over the Cloud Imperium Games Facebook, and we've started posting every Monday and Friday some of the positions that are available at all of our studios. So if you guys are interested, make sure that you like or follow or whatever that particular page. It's Cloud Imperium Games on Facebook, and then check out what we're posting. And then also our careers section on our main website. There's tons of stuff. But the Facebook ones are awesome because you can share those with your friends and family and enemies and mothers. But yeah, check that stuff out, please. Pretty
Do
boys
it.
with sugar on top, big pink bunnies.
We like artists.
Any progress on whether the Hope class Endeavor was going to be a separate medical ship? Or
Yes, I can tell you they are going to be this after a very long debate on Monday morning. They are going to be the same ship chassis. With basically, we're doing a cool mix and match idea for the research ship. We've built the base of the ship already. It's a very cool traditional MISC ship. It's probably the most MISC-y looking ship we've done so far.
it's very misky.
And so it has all these. It has kind of this attachment grid for different pods and so on. And we talked about separating research and medical, and went back and forth. We're now locked on them being on the same ship, and now we're building different pods to fill it out. So the hospital one, the pitch right now is that it has 3 recovery rooms, 1 operating theater, and an ambulance bay. And then the different science, we have a couple different directions for the science one. So there's an observatory one. There's a zoology, biology lab. There's plant labs. If you've seen Silent Running, all sorts of cool ideas and you'll mix and match them depending on what your science dream is. And we'll probably do a couple of variants. So we'll do a Hope class that has the medical stuff that comes with it. We'll do a Endeavor class that has kind of generic science. And you will get to pick and choose from that. That's not going to be the first ship where you pick and choose new modules, though. We're also working on the same tech for the Retaliator. Guys in the UK are putting together, it's 16 different possible Retaliator chunks. If you look at the Retaliator, it has both a front and a back bay that you can swap out the, basically just take out the middle section and put in a different one. And they're building a whole bunch of those so you can build your dream retaliator.
Yep. Hey, someone just mentioned silent running.
Yeah, there you go. Silent running.
That actually came up.
And props to Chris Roberts, who was the first one to bring that up in the meeting. He has a very good grasp of cool visual movies.
There was a question
You should
here.
watch Silent
that was
Running.
worth-
Cool runnings, yes.
Yes, which we-
For those
Cool runnings.
that have noticed that a lot of the ships lately are MISC, that's just luck of the draw, really. We were very specific about
spreading all of the ships that folks voted on, because these are Wave 4 ships.
These are Wave 4 ships.
Yeah, and that were voted on, and I think Wave 3 ships were voted on too, weren't they?
Yep.
So yeah, and every time the ship was voted, it was assigned to a different manufacturer. It just happens to be that the ones that are coming up lately tend to be MISC.
But I think this will be our last MISC for a little while.
Yeah. Although it would be interesting to go through that list and find out exactly what the breakdown is.
Mhm.
It should be fairly balanced.
In fact, the list is ordered by company. So there you go.
All right, we got 4 minutes. 4 minutes left in the broadcast.
Let's all just play Tetris.
Let's all just
Oh,
play
hell yeah.
Tetris. The next ship that will get priority after the Merlin and the Scythe.
We are looking at likely the Herald, which is undergoing hard surface modeling literally right upstairs. If we could, if we were shooting upwards right now, we would significantly delay the Herald.
And tune into ATB next week for a look at the Connie revamp, which they've been working on for the last 6 months or so, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. So. What else we got? Yeah, the modularity system goes for all the ships from now on. So yes, the new Connie is being designed with the modularity system in mind.
Everything will be modular because it's more fun and better.
Status of Orgs 2.0. I talked to Turbulent about this last week. It's still in the pipeline. It's just we had other things that were prioritized before it.
I talked a little bit more after that. So there's 2 things that are delaying 2.0, and I hate to use the word delay because people are terrible. But so there's 2 things that are causing 2.0 not to be here right now. One is just other web work they've been not anticipating. A lot of stuff like rec, the AC tie-ins. You can see just from the fact that they're the ones who are called in to figure out how the Merlin displays in the hangar. Turbulent is doing a lot more than they were initially expected to with the same resources. They are doing a fantastic job, but it means some stuff comes slower, especially public-facing stuff, because one of the big things that really tripped us up early in the year, end of last year, was the EU tax changes, which seems like a simple thing, is not from the platform side. So a lot of their engineers were figuring out that particular mess. That's all settled now, and they're back at work on their existing schedule. So stuff like star maps are actually looking incredible, and I think they're pretty much done from a tech side. It's waiting for data from PU. Orgs 2.0 is both a cross between other stuff had a priority early on, and the shape of what it has to be has changed. So we need it more to tie. Originally the idea with orgs was this will tie people over until the PU is ready. This will get people together, and then once we connect into the game, they'll do it on the game side. Now we're looking at a situation where the org stuff actually has to matter to the game. So, it always had to matter to the game, but it actually, PU, the social module needs to work with the orgs 2.0 stuff. So there's more of an engineering task there that they're working on. They do tell me that some of the stuff that does not have a direct tie-in, for instance, the org-specific blogs and forums will be sooner than the rest of the stuff. So you'll see like an org 1.7 in the not too distant future.
Yeah, they were just talking about the org blogs yesterday.
Yeah.
Or the day before.
And you want to run down what we expect to come out again today?
What's that?
You want to run down our expected schedule?
All right, we've got all sorts of stuff coming today. We're going to have a busy day putting it together. Chris is doing a letter with a cool video. We've got Star Marine update later today, courtesy of Mr. Jason Hutchins, our very cool producer.
What else do we have today? Jump Point later tonight. David Lanion's putting that together.
Ship status update.
So James will be posting that to the announcements section of the forums a little bit later. And
Ben for the chairman.
Well,
that's part of the
letter.
Chris
Oh.
thing. Yeah. So
That's it, right?
yeah. And one more.
Yeah.
1.1.5 hopefully.
Yeah. So-
fingers crossed. Pray for QA.
So it may end up being a very busy day.
A late night for us, but this is the stuff we love when we can put out content that people are gonna like.
All right, guys. So that wraps us up for Reverse the Verse this week. Thanks for watching. And if you weren't watching, it'll be on YouTube later.